10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies, gentlemen, and knights of the Nerd World Order, this is the Nerd World Order broadcast. I am the man that you call Dukes, and to my right, here comes the...
Booyah! What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Joe.
And to my other right, coming straight out of Krakoa, weighing in at 178 adamantium-filled pounds, X-Man Alfonso Flores.
Hey, Chuck, I'm going to say it this time. To me, my X-Men.
Ladies and gentlemen, Knights of the Nerd World Order, this is the Nerd World Order broadcast, which is the official broadcast of the Nerd World Order, except no substitutes. There is only one broadcast for the Nerd World Order community. Today, we're going to be taking a moment looking at the trailer that just dropped for Moon Knight, giving you our reactions, and letting you know what we think and how this is going to play out in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It just dropped, an hour ago?
About an hour ago.
Okay, so it just dropped an hour ago. Joe already watched it, even though we did a blood oath not to watch it. We slit our wrists and we shook hands on it, and then we spit in our other palm. Joe watched it anyway, but that's okay. We are going to watch this Moon Knight trailer, so we just want to watch it with all of you. It's what we're going to start doing a little bit more in the Nerd World Order. We don't want you to miss out on the trailer. So let's just all watch it together, get our reactions. First of all, I want to see Alfonso's reaction to everything, right? Because Alfonso gets excited over stuff where I'm like, nah. Alfonso's like, no, here's why it's good. So... And Joe hates everything, but Joe already said it was pretty good. So I think this is going to be pretty damn awesome. But I've talked way too much because that's what I do. What do you think, guys?
Oh, man, I'm stoked. I can't wait to see this. Mark Spector, Moon Knight, crazy beautiful, man.
Well, you already know how I feel. I don't think we've ever got a comic book from Moon Knight. I don't think I ever have. So,
you know what's interesting about Moon Knight is everyone says that he's like Marvel's version of Batman, right?
Right.
DC.
No, he's Marvel's version of Batman.
Right.
He's DC version of Batman.
No, Batman's the DC version of Batman.
Joe's like, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to disagree. It doesn't even matter at this point. I'm just going to disagree. And he had me there for a moment because I was like,
yeah, I did. You had to pause. You were like, wait a minute.
I did. I was like, because I'd be mixing stuff up. So I was like, maybe I did say it wrong. Yeah. So I think this is going to be pretty dope. Like I said, we're just going to run it.
I have a prediction.
What?
Okay, let me do this. Have you ever danced with the devil by the pale moonlight? Ask me how. I got these scars. Oh, wait, no.
Different movie, but
different movies.
But Apocalypse does have those scars, kind of. So
yeah, he does.
Yeah, or whatever that is.
It's taco lips, is what he has.
Taco lips. Yeah, it's just the way he's drawn. Well, let's get it. You guys ready to get into this?
Sure.
So if you're watching, you're going to watch it with us live. If you want to respond in the chat and let us know what you think, feel free. Here we go. Counting it down in 5, 4, 3, 2. I don't know what I'm doing. 1.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I have a sleeping disorder. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I think I'm losing it.
Real catch you are. You're bloody useless.
I like the music.
Stephen. I can't tell the difference between life and dreams.
Thank you.
Lost the contact lens.
Hope you find it.
Why is he British? March.
Hold the phone. Now hold the phone.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're alive. What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark? It must be very difficult. The voice in your head. There's chaos in you. Embrace the chaos.
Nice.
Sick. That is sick.
Did you see him giving him the Robert Pattinson?
Pattinson smash?
Pattin smash.
I don't know if you saw that because of the lag, but when he jumps, the Disney emblem, like the top comes over. It looks pretty sick.
No, that was the Moon Knight.
Your work can feel
ship
much
plane.
smoother with
commercial.
Monday.com.
That was the Moon Knight ship. It's like a crescent moon, is what it looks like, and it flies sideways. I think.
Well, not like when he jumped, because
Uh-huh.
you can't say because of the lag, but when he jumps, the emblem for the Disney comes over. It's pretty sick.
Oh.
My guy
Yeah, I
had a
didn't
flip
see
phone though, right?
Yeah, it's like just got
My
that
dude-
hanging around.
My dude did, in fact, have a flip
Yeah.
phone, which is like
Motorola.
super dope. Okay,
That's what they used to
so
do with movies, right? They used to have flip phones
mean?
like that back in the day. I don't know.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and then the Matrix came along and gave us that Nokia that went like, and it came down from the
Yeah.
bottom, and they stopped using flip phones. But yeah, so what do you guys think?
Wait, so was that a vintage phone, or did that take place in the past, or was that in the present? He just found his old phone because apparently he's Steven, and we know he's Mark Spector.
Right. So here's the thing, right? We know that this character is schizophrenic. We know that he has multiple personalities. So what I was thinking was that he is thinking he's one person, and obviously this is all conjecture and me theorizing. And to Joe's point, neither of us really have dived deep into Moon Knight. So X, you're going to be the expert on this. X is the expert. X is going to be the expert on this.
X gonna give it to you.
X gonna give it to you. Wow.
But anyway, I imagine that he's experiencing multiple personalities, and maybe one of those personalities, I'm thinking, because the phone looked like it was hidden, right? So I'm thinking that perhaps there are individuals who know that he has multiple personalities, and maybe he has the Moon Knight persona, things of that nature, and they don't want him to wake up. However, another persona has hidden his cell phone, or someone else has hidden his cell phone. So at some point, he gets a phone call that says, "Hey, you're not who you think you are," and boom, it goes like that.
His cell phone from like 15 years ago. So has he been walking
yeah.
around as Steven for 15 years?
Here's my thing. Consider that newer phones, even though they have more technology, are more traceable because they have more apps in them.
It's a burner.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's a burner.
It's an older phone, which allows him to, that nobody's going to be able to trace it.
I forget, did he have some kind of, I think he had some kind of connection to the police or military. I think he might have been a cop. Like you guys, I'm not really well versed in Moon Knight. There was a few things that I read were, of course, when he showed up at the West Coast Avengers. Yeah. And then Stephen Platt, wannabe McFarlane artist, came out, and he was drawing, and I'm like, oh, this is the dopest thing ever. But it was just like, I think I said it once before, he just drew a bunch of people looking like the Michelin Man. But yeah, he didn't cross over the X-Men too much, so I don't know too much about him, but I know that he's Mark Spector, and I know that he kicks butt. That's about it.
So if it wasn't in the X-Men, you don't know much about it, didn't cross over.
Yeah, it had to come in over to my world.
Totally cool. So looking at, go ahead, Joe.
Anybody else watching it thinking to yourself like, I'm so glad this is on Hulu?
Oh,
I don't think it's on Hulu though.
I thought it was on Hulu.
I thought so also, but the last logo they showed was Disney Plus. So color me confused.
Oh yeah, you're right.
yeah. Hulu was advertising that it was going to drop during the I don't know what soccer, baseball, whatever game that was, the match. Oh, football. Sorry, I'm such a nerd. Not down on my sports.
Me either. Joe, who's playing tonight? By the way,
Oh, the
Lakers.
Rams won.
wait,
They
who,
beat the Angels.
No, we're talking about football, bro.
We thought those were football teams.
No.
So the Rams beat who?
Oh, you know what? The Rams beat the Cardinals. You're right. I guess Hulu was just advertising it. But that's kind of like dark and gritty for Disney Plus. And we were discussing that earlier, like, would Disney go that route?
Right. So I'm thinking, like I said, I'm totally confused at this point because Moon Knight is such a violent character, and they did show that scene of him beating up someone. I think they're going to do a lot of cutaways, which is just lazy.
I don't know, man. I think they're growing as a company. Ever since I saw, in the Mandalorian, that Stormtrooper punch Baby Yoda, I'm like, everything's changed. It's a whole new world. I mean, Deadpool's going to be coming, so they got to like warm up. Like, oh, let's throw Moon Knight at him. We'll warm up a little bit before we get him in the nitty gritty.
Right.
I hope so.
Well, Alfonso has a point, right? So you got to get ready for Deadpool. Do you think this is one of the few shows that they're, like, to Alfonso's point, coming out to prepare people for Deadpool?
Yeah, they could also use it to test the waters and see, well, like, is the Disney audience going to be okay with this? Are we going to lose viewers? Are we going to lose subscribers? If not, if we don't lose them and we're gaining them, well, clearly Deadpool's going to fly, which we know it is, no matter what. But, corporate bigwigs, and they got to have their hand in the pot, and they got to, oh, well, I don't know. Let's run the numbers. Let's do some test audiences. But we'll see.
That's a really good point. My thing is, I feel like when people think of Disney, people think of wholesome movies, right? And I feel like if Disney is going to have a more violent movie or show, they put it under a different banner, which is why I feel like we were all thinking Hulu.
Right.
I don't see them testing the waters because I feel like their banner, their entire marketing scheme is like wholesome family entertainment, So I think they're just going to water it down.
Let me ask you a question, Alan. So if you think they're going to water it down, like Disney has bought so many different companies. Do you think at this point in juncture in time, because they bought so many different companies, they know that people are going to watch Disney Plus and know that it's not for just kids?
No. And maybe I'm jaded. I feel like Disney understands that a lot of the viewing population is sort of ignorant to the diversity of Disney's portfolio. Like I think if you were to talk to Joe Q Public and ask him, tell me some things that Disney makes, they may not realize that Disney owns Star Wars, or they may not make the connection between Disney and Marvel. I think John Q Public doesn't get that.
Well, one thing, Disney Plus does have like parental controls. I have it for my son to where it's set up to where it's just kids. So his Disney Plus looks different than my Disney Plus. So it's like, why are they going to put up those controls unless there's a reason?
Absolutely. And I can hope so. And that's an excellent point you gentlemen bring up, because, for instance, we all have HBO Max, and HBO Max does have a section that's dedicated to kids.
Uh-huh.
Yet Disney Max also has a show that we're going to cover here in a little bit, a very violent and graphic show in Peacemaker.
Yes.
So I'm actually reversing my opinion. I think you gentlemen are correct.
And if you look at it too, I mean, like HBO Max has some hardcore nitty gritty cartoons that are not for children. Same with Netflix. Like some of the Netflix shows, I'm like, just make sure you don't watch that one because, you know,
Yeah.
don't watch it on Daddy's account. Watch it on your account.
Yeah.
Again, how good was this trailer though?
So
The trailer was really good, right? So if the series ends up being really good and they don't, to Alan's point, do lazy writing and cut off the fight scenes and actually keep it in there and it does well, where do they go from there?
Deadpool.
So you think they're testing it out?
I think so.
Moon Knight?
Yeah, I definitely think they're testing the waters. They have to. I mean, you know, Deadpool is such a moneymaker. And I mean, it's coming one way or another. So it's like, how are we going to do this? Are we going to do it? Are we going to do it under, you know, the Disney logo? Or are we just going to have it strictly under the Marvel logo? What are we going to do? You know, how do we get them to cross over? Because of course they want them to cross over. But I mean, if he's not going to go full on Disney, you know, I also think these Netflix shows, you know, like with them bringing in the Kingpin, with them bringing in Daredevil. I mean, that's testing the water as well because those shows were a little more dark. You know, those were the Marvel Knights with a K. All right.
All right. Someone's got to take a shower.
It's about that time.
I mean, what do you think about this, Alfonso? Echo, you know, is going to have to get very violent, right? Because it has to, because it's going to have Daredevil in there and, you know, Kingpin's going to show up.
Punisher.
And and Marvel does very well at picking. They're very strategic on what characters they want to put a series in.
Right.
Do you think this Moon Knight is the reason why they picked Moon Knight? Because to Alan's point, he's the Marvel version of Batman, and everybody knows Batman is very violent in Gotham.
Right. Yeah, I mean, either they're testing the waters or they're doing it like, you know what, this is what's coming, get ready.
Can you guys see that, by the way?
No.
Okay, awesome.
And you froze. Oh, wait, you're back.
I'm back.
Guess who's back? Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Hey-oh.
Yeah. So what I was thinking about doing, guys, is just, you know, we had that first initial reaction. We discussed it. I just want to run through it one more time to see, you know, if there's anything else we catch the second time through, and then we'll, you know, any final thoughts.
Also, quick question. Was that Kevin Bacon?
Yes.
Was that Kevin Bacon?
Yes.
I thought it was somebody else.
Because I
didn't like what he did with my X-Men.
I totally thank you, X, because I was looking at it and I'm like, who is that guy? I know who that guy is. I know who he is. And Kevin Bacon. Thank you.
Yeah, hit it, Steve. Let's see if that's him. Because
it's Ethan Hawke. It's Ethan Hawke.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was like, bro, that's not Kevin
Better.
Bacon, bro. Like,
Way
I couldn't
better.
think of his name. Yeah,
okay, yeah. I'll call that the poor man's Kevin Bacon. Kevin
That's
Turkey
sausage.
Bacon.
Hey, did I tell you one time Kevin Bacon reposted the videos that I did with like the, you know, with the drivers that I do TikTok with?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. I was like, wait, what? Kevin Bacon? What's good? Footloose?
That is dope.
Yeah.
That is
So
dope, dude.
cool.
Now you got to shoot him down. You're like, that fool ain't in this movie. Okay, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Here we go. Second watching.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I have a sleeping disorder. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Hello, and welcome to Staying
Day and night. In my mind.
I'm losing it.
Day and night.
Real catch you are. You're bloody useless, Stevie.
Stephen. I can't tell the difference between life and dreams.
Thank you.
Lost the contact lens.
Hope you find it.
Thanks.
phone. Now hold the phone.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're alive. What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark? It must be very difficult. The voice in your head. Shut up! There's chaos in you. Embrace the chaos.
Okay, so I caught at that time, Joe, what you were talking about with the he jumps over and then you see the like the Disney Plus symbol. Yeah, I didn't catch that before because
That was cool.
Yeah, that was hella cool. This looks so cool,
Right.
especially in the sense of because I don't know much about Mark Spector, Moon Knight. I go in with no preconceptions or expectations, but what I'm seeing is a good origin story, right?
Right.
Oh, I said right. It's a good origin story, but there's gonna be a lot of action. I'm pretty excited about this, guys. So it's so complicated because he has those multiple personalities. Like he's working in the museum, but I saw that scarab. So it's like, okay, you see those layers. Is this the real world? Does he see the scarab? Because the scarab is the symbol of the Moon Knight. And then that Moon Knight costume
Looks sweet.
It looks good. It looks
Yeah.
good. It did very well in this trailer. The music was perfect. You know, the music gets you hyped up too, like day and night, because basically, you know what I mean? That's how someone thinks like that.
Yeah.
Did it only say day and night, or were there times that it said Moon Knight? Because I was talking to Steven earlier, and he kept saying Moon Knight. And then, matter of fact, next time I talk to him, I'm gonna call him Stevie. See if he goes, no, it's Steven.
Yeah.
We should keep doing that. Hey, Stevie.
But you know, I mean, they've had time to put this trailer together and everything, and we've all seen the Robert Pattinson Batman trailer. Why are they showing us the exact same? I mean, I know you want to show that he's a badass, but just it's the exact same whooping somebody down. Like, just they're already down, they're already in the ground, and they're still whooping them down because they don't care. So it's like, why, you know, that trailer's so hot right now. Why are they going to do the exact same thing? Why not show us something different? You know?
Here's why. IMO. Because within the world of advertising and cinema and television, they have to give the general public a little bit of what they want, what they're used to.
Right.
Therefore, there are certain things that you expect to see in a trailer, like, oh, this guy is gritty. So you see him beating up a criminal, right? And that gives the general audience what they want.
Right.
But then when you and I are watching it, we're looking for the scarab. We're looking for him being in the museum. We're
Right.
looking for the multiple personalities. We're looking for the intrigue. But let's be honest, does that really bring in most people? No.
No. You're right. You're right. But and it's cool because it shows the dichotomy of between him and, like, let's say it's Spider-Man. You know, Spider-Man's gonna hit somebody, they're gonna go down, right? Where he's gonna hit somebody, they're gonna go down, and he's gonna keep pounding on him because, you know, that's what he do.
Yeah. Joe.
Doesn't it also set the tone? Because how many times did he punch him? Like, was it 3 or 4 times? He just kept swinging at him.
Yeah.
It sets the tone,
Ground and pound.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean, it doesn't look like they're gonna veer away from that, which I'm hoping that they don't. But you know, to Alan's point, they might do it. But I think they're gonna mix it up, do a little bit of that and a little bit of pullback, so it doesn't seem like it's too extreme.
Right.
But good job, Marvel. I mean, Marvel takes these characters that we care nothing about,
Right.
and here's a few things. They pick characters that we don't care about, right? Growing up, and we never bought the comic or even read anything close to Moon Knight, right? And they put him in these movies or TV shows, and you have nothing to compare Moon Knight to.
Right.
And that's what makes it successful, because you can't compare him. Granted, like Alan, you did say he's like Batman, and you really compare him to anything other than Batman.
Right.
Alan.
Right. Which is cool because they did a really good job of establishing his story in the idea that he has insomnia, he might have multiple personalities. So when they get to that final scene, and a lot of people might say to themselves, oh, that's Batman, but he has a white suit, right?
Right.
General public is going to think that. But because they've established so much of his character and his story, and, you know, he's waking up in these different places, it's like, okay, he's familiar like Batman, but he's got this other stuff going on in his regular personality, which makes him way more interesting IMO than Bruce Wayne.
You know what I would have liked to seen? I mean, like a struggle between the psychosis and the supernatural. Like, you know, at first that's how they're making it seem, but then you see the suit grow onto him. So you know it's supernatural, right? Why not play with that for a little while? I mean, of course that could be just what's going on in his head. But I mean, play with that, you know, like, man, am I crazy, or is, you know, they're demons, you know? I got demons in my blood.
Yeah. Marvel's starting to go there.
Yeah.
You know, previously all of their characters were based in a single frame of reality prior to Doctor Strange. And Doctor Strange was really the only character that used that reality manipulation. But now it's like cat's out of the bag. And they're allowing more characters to have that supernatural spin. Even if you think about it, you know, Wanda, Scarlet Witch, had a lot of powers, but they focused on the telekinesis at first. That's all they gave us. Right. Now she's got these reality warping powers. And so Marvel's really opening up and expanding what they can offer us.
Right.
Excellent point, X. I didn't think about that watching it, because I just looked at it like, oh, where did he get the suit from? But it's like, yeah, they're giving us more now. They're giving us more ways that people can be heroes.
Yeah.
Here's a thought.
Yeah.
I know Alan never watched any, but I'm pretty sure Alfie has. CW used to do that with a lot of their shows before it got to culture based and pushing certain beliefs on you, and made it like 90210, which kind of made CW, like, the shows get kind of bad, and that's why it's up for sale. But it looks like Marvel is taking that page that they're doing, and they're doing it better.
Right.
Because a Moon Knight TV series is more intriguing than a Moon Knight movie. And they're doing it very well. And to your point, Alan, the whole schizophrenia thing, and who is he and who was he, where do they go from here? That's all in the trailer. So when you're watching this trailer, you're like, wow, I can't wait to figure out where they're going to go and answer some of the questions that I'm thinking watching this trailer. To which Alfie said Batman. I'm watching Batman. I'm like, it's the same old thing. I can only eat a quesadilla made 100 different ways before I'm like, it's just a quesadilla.
But not mac and cheese.
Yeah. And the cheese cartel said there's nothing I can do.
So just to give you guys a heads up while we're doing this, I did take a quick peek at Wikipedia. He's former CIA, former military. So he's got skills, yo.
Awesome.
I don't recall him ever using guns in the comics. But, you know, it's like he had that scene where he's holding a gun like, so.
I think what we're going to find is that he doesn't remember his CIA military past, which goes further into his story. And his CIA and military ability is one of his personalities.
Right. Oh, another guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once again, this is all just assumptions and conjecture. So
I can't wait. I do have to let you guys know the first 2 episodes are probably going to be a little slow, because that's the Disney method right now. It's the Disney way.
I'm going to go out on a limb. Okay. And I'm a pretty big dude, so the limb might break. but I'm going out on a limb. The first episode of this show is going to be fire because we're going to go in completely intrigued by what's going on with this guy's psychosis. And then at the end, they're going to be like, Moon Knight, just a little Moon Knight, just enough to get you interested. And the first episode is going to be fire, and we're going to be talking about it, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, I agree with that. You can't, something like, when you deal with the mind like that, you can't really overplay it in 3 episodes to get to where you got to go. So I can see them, like letting you know where they're going to go with it in the first episode, like you said, and it's just going to get right to it.
I agree. Any final thoughts for the Nerd World Order out there?
We have the Nerd World Order broadcast podcast that you can pick up anywhere off of any of the podcast streaming devices. Just type in iamnwo, iamnwo with no spaces, and listen to us because there's much more of this where this came from.
Ladies, gentlemen, and knights of the Nerd World Order, it has been a pleasure hanging out with all of you this evening. Gotta thank Joe and X-Man for just keeping things so balanced with the knowledge and everything like that. We're out of here. Thank you guys for listening.
And just let us know what teasers for maybe TV shows or movies you guys want us to watch and give our opinions, and just let us know. We're all about that. We love watching trailers and having discussions about whatever topics that nerd related that we want to check out and talk about.
So until next time, ladies, gentlemen, and knights of the Nerd World Order, I am NWO.
We are NWO.
Nerds Redefined. Booyah.
Yeah.
Yeah.